This is Stocks and Crypto Insiders by NENC. And today we're diving into one of the most intriguing corporate and geopolitical storylines of the year. ExxonMobil's quiet, high-level talks that could mark a dramatic return to Russia's Arctic energy frontier. In the years since 2022, ExxonMobil's exit from Sakhalin 1 was seen as a hard break, both symbolically and financially. The project wasn't just another oil field. It was a crown jewel in Arctic offshore exploration, with decades of reserves locked under the ice. Walking away cost Exxon billions, but it was also meant to signal alignment with the West's sanctions strategy after the invasion of Ukraine. Fast forward to 2025. The energy chessboard looks different. Global crude flows have shifted eastward. Sanctions have proven porous in places, and both Moscow and Western energy giants are testing the edges of what's politically possible. Against this backdrop, Exxon and Rosneft have reportedly met in utmost secrecy. No entourages, no leaks until now. Why the intrigue? Because Sakhalin 1 is more than barrels per day. It's leverage. It influences Asia's supply-demand balance, impacts shipping through the Sea of Okhotsk, and serves as a symbol of whether Western capital can ever re-engage with sanctioned economies. For Russia, foreign expertise could mean restoring complex offshore drilling capabilities, lost when Western partners pulled out. For Exxon, it's about reclaiming sunk costs and securing future production at a discount. The diplomatic element here is impossible to ignore. Sources suggest US officials have quietly greenlit certain communications, and Moscow has dangled legal reforms to make re-entry feasible. This looks less like pure commerce and more like a calculated piece in a larger negotiation puzzle, one where barrels and pipelines are traded for political concessions. And here's where I want your take, finance watchers. If you were in Exxon's boardroom, would you greenlight re-entry into a sanctioned market for the long-term asset gain? Or hold the moral and reputational line, even at the cost of billions? Drop your thoughts below. And while you're at it, subscribe, like, and share. Your support helps us bring deeper, fact-driven analysis twice a week. From a market perspective, even the hint of Exxon's return could ripple across energy equities. Arctic production coming back online might ease regional price pressures, affecting both crude benchmarks and LNG contracts tied to Asian demand. Traders will be watching futures curves and shipping rates closely for any telltale shifts. Geopolitically, Sakhalin 1's revival could send signals to other multinationals sitting on frozen assets in Russia. The precedent matters. If Exxon can navigate legal, political, and reputational minefields to re-engage, others may follow, from European oil majors to Asian state-owned giants. That could, in turn, alter the sanctions landscape and complicate diplomatic leverage. Of course, risk is everywhere in this equation. Public backlash in the US and Europe could be severe. Legislators may push to close any loopholes being exploited. And operationally, Arctic offshore remains one of the harshest environments in the industry. Any misstep could magnify costs and erode shareholder confidence. Still, the potential upside is tantalizing. Restoring Sakhalin 1's full 220,000 barrels per day could supply key Asian refiners and give Exxon a low-cost production boost at a time when global reserves are harder and more expensive to replace. For Rosneft, it's a chance to stabilize output and revenue streams under fiscal strain. What happens next will hinge on how far each side is willing to bend, and how global markets react to even the whisper of a thaw in U.S. Russia corporate ties. Energy, diplomacy, and finance are rarely this tightly interwoven, and the stakes, both political and economic, could not be higher. You've been watching Stocks and Crypto Insiders by NENC. Thanks for spending these minutes with us. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss Tuesdays and Fridays drops. Until next time, stay ahead.